All right, guys, we're on top of the roof here, and we're replacing an RV Skylight dome. This actually was damaged. I actually accidentally put my hand on it. You hear it crack there, but it's I cracked a hole in this, so I had to repair that. And I have the new Skylight there. So to get this up, first thing we're doing is just peeling back this lap sealant around the screw holes and just unscrewing all of the screw holes. And then we'll be able to start prying this cover off. Okay, once we got all the screws taken out of the cover here, you really just can pull up this lap sealant with your fingers. If you just peeled it back, exposed the screw, took them all out all the way around it. This was my patch job. So now what I'm doing is I'm just going to use these like putty knives to kind of just break the seal underneath this all the way around so that we can pry this cover off and start cleaning up the lap sealant. There's also a butyl tape that's used underneath this that we'll have to clean up as well. All right, the old cover's off. We just use these putty knives to just pry underneath it all the way around. Now the lap sealant is on the edges here. This inside stuff, this light gray stuff, is called butyl tape, and it's a lot stickier. This is a lot harder to get up. So we're gonna pick up as much as we can, try to peel off as much as we can. We may have to use some mineral spirits to kind of help. So I'm just gonna put the rubber membrane roof. I just don't want to damage that while we're scraping and prying up this old adhesive. This butyl tape and lap sealant actually is coming up fairly easy with the putty knife. So it's helpful if it's a warmer day where this is getting a little warm. You can see here I can just get this putty knife and slowly go underneath the butyl tape, and it will peel up. And same thing with lap sealant. I just have to be careful with this putty knife that I don't gouge this rubber roof. Get some of this butyl tape, and I'm just going to lay it down. I'm going to make sure I'm covering the old screw holes. Okay, the cover's on. I had to do 2 strips of butyl tape on this side and over here because I wanted to make sure the old screw holes were covered up, and the screw holes on this one are not the exact same, which is fine. But we're going to cover this in lap sealant, and there are some areas over here like where the butyl tape is being squished out from underneath this, and we'll just very carefully trim that away with a utility knife here. We'll just score it and then lift it out. Once I screw it down, some more will kind of seep out from the edges. You don't want this hanging out. Once we do that, we'll be able to put the lap sealant all around it. Okay, I'm just using my drill to screw the screws back into this. I'm making sure I'm going through the butyl tape. These screws are a self-tapping screw, which is needed because I have to drill new holes. None of the old holes are lining up with this, which is fine. These self-tapping screws help get the hole drilled. I don't want it to go too tight. I don't want to crack this. So I just want to make sure it's snug. All right, I got it all screwed in now. All the screws are secured down. All the butyl tape that's hanging over the edge has been removed. And now I just need to get my lap sealant, cover the screws and the edge here all the way around, using it very generously. We're going around the edge. On top of the screw. This is the self-leveling, so it'll level out itself as it dries. Make sure we get this area good here. All right, 1 can of this self-leveling lap sealant only went around. You can kind of see where I stopped right there, so I still have probably 30-40% more to go, so you need to have probably at least 2 of these. Being generous, getting it really thick on there is going to help. All right, all the lap sealant's on. We're going to let that dry. It should take a couple hours to kind of be dry to the touch, and then it'll be soft for maybe another couple days. But a couple days sitting in the sun should be pretty good. And then after that dries, probably in a week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Eternabond tape. I'm actually going to put the Eternabond tape over top of the lap sealant, so that way I don't have to keep resealing this. It'll be kind of locked in with this tape. So I'll do that in a week after it dries. But anyways, that's the process to replace this. This is a shower dome skylight top on top of the RV. I hopefully found that useful or helpful. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one. Thanks.